glad you could join me. Just making my coffee and listening to one of my favorite songs. And the dogs are barking. That's how we roll at my house. And talk about coffee. The latte. Give me a minute. I need some caffeine. So, today I'm actually talking about my coffee station. Because this is one of the most important parts of my house. So as you can see, I have my electric tea kettle. It's warming up. And I have my coffee ready to go. So I'm going to get this ready because I've not had enough coffee yet today. I had 1 cup earlier with my friend, and I'm a 2-cup person, I will admit. But as I get ready with my coffee, I'm going to show you my actual kitchen, my actual coffee station, and some ideas about making your own coffee station work for you. So I hope you can join me. First off, this is my real home. So please forgive the fact that you're seeing my reality. And that's kind of what I want it to be each week. I want you to see my reality. I'm just gonna kind of lay it all out there because I think that's what I teach. That's what I believe in with the business. So here's my reality. It's a rental. This is my coffee station. Now, one of the things I'm going to talk about with the coffee station are some of those basic principles that help keep it organized and how to customize them for you, because my coffee station is probably not like your coffee station, which is probably not like my friend Beth's or my friend Michelle's. Everybody has their own needs. My coffee station actually has a tea station as well, because my fiance is Canadian with British parents, so you know he loves tea and not coffee. So we have both. One of the things you'll notice, I personally have had every type of coffee maker in the world. I'm pretty sure I've owned just about all of them at some point in my life. Currently, I have my French press, which I love because the other thing about me, my coffee has slowly gotten stronger each year. And this way I can make basically a full cup of espresso on the days that I need it. And on the days that I'm being a little bit better, it might be half decaf, half espresso, or today I'm being good and it's half regular coffee and half espresso. I also like that this travels with me. When I'm on the road, which I am on the road a lot, it's nice and small and compact and can go with me anywhere. All I need is hot water. So this one's my favorite choice, but whatever yours, if you were the, the Keurig? I was a Keurig person for quite a while. That's an awesome choice. If you're just the coffee pot on the counter, that's awesome. The main thing is to just group it all together. So yeah, Ruth, espresso, right? Thank you, fellow espresso. So just group it all together in one spot though. The worst thing is in the first thing in the morning when all you want is coffee, because we know that urge is just, please. You don't want to make it work. Don't make work out of something that's such a great part of the morning. I put on a CD of classical music. I start making my coffee. It's part of my morning routine as I do all my little gratitudes or sometimes just Facebook or whatever it is that's my time. So making the coffee ritual as nice and easy as my morning ritual is so important. This right here was the closest cabinet to where my coffee maker logically fit, and it's also closest to the sink. Very helpful. And for Jeff, he's got his milk right in the fridge next to it. So we tried to put it in the place where everything is as close as possible and easy to access. Additionally, inside, you'll see we don't necessarily have the full size of anything in the easy to reach area. So this is our quick grab. Normally I've got my coffee, goes right in here. It's already pre-mixed with my half calf for when I'm trying to be a lot better. Sometimes I admit to pulling directly from the espresso up top, but for the most part I'll grab my quick coffee. We've got sugar that's small, easy to grab, and this is his tea. These are his favorite tea bags. And yes, we have a wide variety of other things. We recently purged. Every once in a while we have to go through and purge because, of course, coffees and teas just build up because you think that they're going to be great, then you don't get around to actually drinking them. So we come back to reality. So that's what our next shelf is. We actually drink it, but not all the time. With our various loose teas up here, some of our rock sugars, and our tea strainers for if we travel. And of course, my quick grab coffee creamer, because I can't have my coffee without this. I've become such a wimp. I used to be a black coffee girl, and I just can't anymore. So these are kind of a lot of our teas. And then up here, that's the main stock of what we drink every day. So his tea bags, my coffees. We don't have to keep the whole box easy to reach. We just refill when it's time to refill. And that makes it a lot easier in the morning because this area does not get too cluttered. On the counter, you see, I make a mess. I admit, I am not a clean coffee maker because I'm not awake enough yet. So when I make coffee, I spill stuff constantly. And instead of wiping off counters constantly, this is a dollar store, it's actually a cutting mat. But you can find a dollar store placemat or a really cute one that you love. And it's just going to protect your counter and make it easier to clean up because you can just wipe off the spills or rinse it out, or every once in a while we just throw it in the dishwasher. Also right here we have our tea kettle because of course that whole British Canadian tea making means that you make your tea right, which is good. So you put it at the exact temperature that's right for that kind of tea. So for us, the tea kettle is a must. Not everybody cares about the tea kettle that has the different settings. Whatever your coffee making or tea making supplies are, that's what should be right nearby. You see I already made a mess this morning, and you know what? I'm okay with it. So, life is messy. I'm messy. Along with that, I also try to minimize the mess. The top of my French press, whenever I'm not using it, I like it to be able to actually air dry. So I have a little dish to keep the top in so I don't get a ring on the counter. And that's just a good thing with everything. So you'll see like I have sponges in a little dish. I usually put a pad on the bottom of the soap dispenser. All of these things just to kind of protect from the mess. So you can see after I've rinsed out my French press, the top can go there. And right here's an example. Just the sponge in a container that's super easy to clean, and that way you don't get kind of that film on your countertop. One thing that you don't see in my coffee center though are mugs. Our mugs are actually on the other side of the sink because it's not too far to walk. And it's right above the dishwasher, so it's super easy to just unload right into it. Now with us, we don't collect mugs as souvenirs, so we have a limit to the number of mugs we're each allowed to have. I love mugs though. Jeff laughs at me for an organizer. I love mugs a little too much, even though I get rid of a lot of them. So I have my limit of 4 mugs, and he has his limit of 4 mugs, and if one comes in, one's got to go, because we want to keep it down to just the one shelf of mugs that are easy to reach and not overpacked. Because there are some days where I want my Linda mug, or I want my perfect day mug, because I'm a quote girl. I surround myself with happy things, because that's how I roll. And he's a Monty Python and a I Hate Mornings with a Dopey from Disney mug guy. So we both have our things that we want to be able to reach easily. So not overstuffing it is really helpful. But I love to have that variation. So my secret to having a lot more than the 4 mugs that I'm supposed to have is all of my holiday bins, one of the decorations that are in them is a mug for that season. So this is my summer mug that I recently got. Sometimes I'll change it out for the next season. But I've got one for Thanksgiving, one for Halloween, one for Christmas. I don't have one for 4th of July yet. I think I need to get one. I think that's a good idea. I need to get a 4th of July one. But that's how I get my variation of mugs and really enjoy all of them, because every time I open up the bin, I've got a new friend that I'd forgotten about. So I cheat. I totally have more than my 4 mugs. 4 mugs only live in the cabinet. So that's my coffee station. Now, yours won't look like that necessarily, because you're not me, which is probably a good thing, because The world only needs one of me, and the world only needs one of you, because we all are our own unique birds. So my general principles that I stick with are make it easy. You don't have to have the bulk of things easy to reach. You can have the smaller pieces that are easy to just refill. Like I have my little stir stick. The spoons, people ask me, why are the spoons not right next to the coffee? Because we actually have one from the Bellagio, the stir stick. It's memorabilia that we use every morning just to stir. So that's super easy to reach, and there's no clutter because you just rinse and put it right back. The other thing I think is just do that purge. Every once in a while you need to go through the teas and really be honest with yourself. Is this one that I will really drink? And for us, a lot of the times, no. We tried it at Tivana, which I'm not allowed to go in that store anymore because I always love the samples and I buy the samples and then we come home, but we're creatures of habit. So we end up just doing what is our habit, and we drink just our basic teas. So we end up with the Tivana teas that we pay a lot of money for, and they kind of go stale after a while, or we just realize that they're just taking up space. So be honest with yourself. On my blog, I'm actually posting an article with several different styles of coffee stations that are awesome. You might be a mug collector, so that might take up more real estate in your kitchen. See, yeah, Tivana, right, Ruth? But if you're a mug collector, give them the space and make it so you can see some of your favorite mugs. You probably need a limit, just that one cabinet or whatever that limit is for you, but make it your own if it brings you joy and if you have the space for it. Or you might be all Martha Stewart where all of your mugs are the same mug and they're lined up. This is fine too. If that's something that you enjoy, then do it. The main thing is just make it easy. Make it easy to clean, make it easy to access, and just enjoy it. Make it a part of your day that you look forward to and that doesn't stress you out. I hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, probably more than you ever thought. If you're a coffee person or a tea person, I would love to hear about that, and I'd like to see what your coffee station looks like. So post in the comments, either here or on my blog. If you have any pictures of your coffee stations, I would absolutely love to see it because I always like to see what people do. Well, I hope you have a beautiful day. I look forward to talking to you next Thursday at 11, and have a wonderful time. Talk to you soon.